Instagram and Facebook pages for our fashion photos. On Sunday, we're going to cook. We're going to do a winter plate of food, and we're going to share the photos on the website so everyone can stay in the kitchen. We're just doing a normal lamb, a normal chicken. We're doing a lovely broccoli, lovely cauliflower with that. We're doing a mashed pumpkin with that, and a roast potato, baked potato. I'm going to bake the potato later on, so enjoy and stay in the room. I'm probably going to do the onion for the lamb first. And while we do the onion for the lamb, we're not getting distracted. Check out our lovely fashion photos. It's very nice. And don't get distracted with any of our fashion photos. Share your opinions and order our AWOKH magazine. Yes, on stripe.com. For those people that follow us regularly on our YouTube page, AWOKH magazine, yes. We have 2 editions during the year. It's the autumn edition is now released, gonna be available next week, and that is our edition 2 of the year 2024. Order those magazines. Edition 1 magazine is still available, yes, for a discounted price. We're gonna share details of that during the week before we are going to make a digital magazine, yes. And before we make those details available, it's a more motivational magazine. It's a digital booklet. It's a reading material. It's nothing that you haven't been introduced to with being introduced to magazines. There's different magazines on the market. And because my magazine are now walking its very first years and seasons, it's more motivational booklet. It's everything Rabia Elise. All motivations, everything just inspired by me, right? My opinion, I am everything about AWOKH Motivational Magazine. Because the international world has been introduced to magazines already, when you buy an AWOKH magazine, you exactly know what it is that you are buying, right? And what it is that you are ordering. So when we say a motivational magazine, then you know it's probably going to be more motivational. You get your different types of magazines. And when you are introduced to me, Rabia Elisa's magazines, right? And you are introduced to my booklets, and you now learn that my magazine is different, and it's a new writer. The writer is now new and in the magazine world. Then do not have expectations that the magazine, thank you for joining the room, stay in the room, we are cooking. Order our AWOKH magazine, yes. We're talking about our AWOKH magazine. Do not have expectations that the magazine should now be specific according to your requirement of a magazine. There's different magazines on the market. Our magazine, I really feel, are very well presented, yes. It's more, there's fashion pages, right? Lovely one-page fashion photos. It's all digital. You can order the hard copy of that. You email me details of the magazine that you would want to purchase from us, and I will then post the hard copy of the magazine to you at a different price rate. So you will want to email me with regards to the prices of my AWOKH magazine. It's a motivational booklet. It's everything written Rabia Elise. It's full of inspiration, full of motivation. It's like a woman book that you would want to buy. I also have available my motivational seasons book that are totally different copy than the AWOKH magazine, and the motivational book is a hard copy that you can then order from us, and that we will then post to your countries. So that is, let me just quickly put the lamp in also. So that is our AWOKH motivational book, and that is our AWOKH motivational magazine, right? It's a woman magazine. It's full of motivation. It's full of color. We're gonna do a pumpkin now, and it's full of love. Another thing about our AWOKH editions that we have available. We have once a year, thank you for joining our room. Press like on our videos. Be so kind when you all learn to enter the rooms. Press like on the video if you really like our motivations. And if you are tuned every Sunday, then you probably would want to press like on the video. People that tune in every Sunday probably like the video anyway. So there's no reason that such people would not want to press like. Another thing about our motivational magazine, while we do our lovely cup of water, is when you order our AWOKH motivational magazine. You can order it via stripe.com. You can directly send to me emails, and I will send you then my PayPal details, and you can then transfer me payment through my PayPal details, and I will then do the magazine. Normally, depending on where you are located when you order the magazine, especially for people who are in fashion and who really are inspired, specifically New York Fashion Magazine teams. Y'all are doing fashion sometimes from my Instagram pages. It would be advisable to order our books the same that y'all educate. Y'all educate the international world that it is advisable when we follow y'all's fashion to buy a magazine. All of those processes are included in Rabia Elisa's AWOKH business. All of those requirements are included in my fashion educations. When you'll sit on Instagram and you'll scroll through my work and you'll include my work in y'all's fashion, then you'll have a requirement to acknowledge me by ordering a magazine so that you have at least the complete seasons of information. And the way that New York fashion teams educate, when y'all include my fashion like y'all have done in the year 2022, y'all have included a Rabia Elisa's motivation in the fashion designs of how those fashion wardrobes and fashion dresses were designed, and y'all shared those videos through to me, and I looked through that. But now for all of y'all, if y'all work on my Instagram page and y'all are inspired and y'all are gonna include an edition of Rabia Elise in somewhat wardrobe, and it's gonna be somewhat included in the New York Fashion Week advertisement, right? And when y'all do those advertisements of those gowns and those lovely wardrobes and those lovely dresses, and y'all have Rabia Elise initiatives, and y'all were working on my Instagram page, and y'all were scrolling through my photos, and y'all got inspiration from my photos, then the one addition that next to that process is y'all then order an AWOKH magazine. One of your clients in the international world order an AWOKH magazine, giving recognition to Rabia Elise that y'all have worked from her work, y'all have been on an Instagram page, y'all have scrolled through work, and y'all have included in some of your designers have included a Rabia Elise fashion initiative into the New York Fashion Week design. And that's how such a process works. And we don't want to just talk about anything else because we want all of those processes right. Because otherwise it's going to be fine for the whole world to stay and insult the whole time. My business did this, my business did that, my business did that. And then we saying like our parents those years ago, that was old and that was not really saying it because they're saying it. And for us, we are now in our younger years, we have learned differently, we have learned better. The fashion nail shops, y'all have magazines there. I see Chinese nail shops and Vietnamese nail shops. In all of the nail shops in the international world, y'all have magazines there. If y'all get support from a Rabia Elise, then make sure that y'all educate y'all's nail stores to also support and to also order an AWOKH magazine item, right? Another thing about the process, hairdressers, initiatives. If you are on AWOKH fashion and you do a hairdresser style of Rabia Elise and your hairdresser makes good funds, order an AWOKH magazine. There's certain people in this process of an AWOKH business initiative that sometimes need to get it right. If the financial support for such businesses are right and 100% fine, then know how to support an AWOKH business. So that not every other person is not going to sit the whole time and shout loud for financial support. Let's get those processes all right and fine. What are we going to do? We're going to do some lovely broccoli. Steamed broccoli, and then I'm going to quickly do my pumpkin while the lamb is already on the pot. What else about those processes, everyone? So now we've mentioned a few things, that we haven't discussed, and everyone, thank you for joining our room. A few fashion opinions. Yeah, the wiser person like Rabia and Lise will forever wait for financial support. Everyone understands and knows the process of businesses of hairdressers. I've received a lot of films. Thank you, America, for shifting those films through of the hairdresser processes. Thank you, China, for those Real Housewives programs, but those programs can sometimes also say a lot about me. And the programs sometimes need to be a little bit kind on the international woman and the international world of women processes, right? That's the Real Housewives of New Salt Lake, the fashion that I buy from Shine, yes, my AWOKH initiatives, the Real Housewives of New York. Thank you for those processes. There's a lot of processes that are very old, and it's like Ruby Elise has now never been in the processes. Remember, we are all babies in all of these processes. It is all products that all of our families have left for us, communications that all of our families have left for us. So no one keeps themselves older in the process and in the communication than the Ruby Elise business. If we're in a world where everyone is going to want to keep themselves older than the other one, because of having to now be the billionaire, Bill Gates, yes, thank you, someone that joins the room again, press like on our videos, of the Bill Gates process. If you now want to be the billionaire in the fashion industry, the billionaire in the hairdresser communications, thank you for joining. Hello, YouTube official. So if you now want to be the Bill Gates, thank you for liking the video, that's right. The Bill Gates in the hairdresser communications and educations in the international world of hairdressers. Thank you, Team America, for sending the Monique film through. The Monique film explains the hairdressers' colors together, they internationally order their products, they internationally work together, and the products are internationally then introduced in the New York Fashion Week, and there's then the teams that win the year's presentation on the New York Fashion Week, right? And such is just a part of the fashion industry. And while we are having to educate, then let us not keep ourselves older than Rabia Elise in the room. When we tend to want to keep ourselves older than Rabia Elise, right? Then me, Rabia Elise in the room. Thank you, Ivan. Yes, thank you. When we want to keep ourselves older than me, Rabia Elise in the room, then we tend to overlook everyone in such communications and processes. When we tend to be in one communication room with the process itself, then we tend to not exclude, the process tend to then find its way in a one direction, and the process then tend to be a fine process for the international world. So let us get all of those communications right. And then we won't have unnecessarily having to explain the process, yes, in so many words. It's easy to send the videos through, but it's easy to explain all the required information. I've educated on my AWOKH business. Information saving is of utmost importance. And when all of the designers send the information through to Rabia Elise's house, some people send it through because they now have to send it also to Rabia because such is the process of fashion in the international world. And some people really don't want to include Rabia in all of the communications, but they now have to. And when we have to share information, then we share it in a way that we sometimes not only share the information, but that we introduce, how do I educate on AWOKH fashion? Introducing self, that we introduce the complete process in the complete way, and not leaving any information of such processes out, so that the world can the whole time find themselves in such processes on a working pace. If the world is not on a working pace with fashion, with entertainment, with all of the required, with arts, yes, thank you, South Africa includes arts and culture, the whole complete product in South African government leadership. And when we do, the world it doesn't include the complete product. And there's so much of the product that's excluded, then it causes so much aggression. When the complete product are included and everyone learns how to follow pace in the initiative, right? Of fashion itself, in the initiative of a business itself, in the initiative of entertainment itself. When the world learned to be in a working place, then the offices that are being constructed in the international world would be constructed in a pace that are fine for the international world, and in the international world won't be in so much poverty and in so much arguments relating to such processes. And that's where we are equitable business. That's it, everyone. Now we're gonna quickly shift to quickly do our pumpkin. Mashed pumpkin, we're doing a whole lot of ingredients if we are going to do. Mashed pumpkin, today we're not mashed pumpkin, we're gonna add oil because we don't want to. We're gonna add butter, we're gonna add our rice ingredients, and then we're gonna quickly do our rice salad. A drizzle of oil, if you want to make liquid oil for my rice also. And I'm gonna have a lovely day without doing anything much. So I'll click demonstrate number 3 or 4. Some butter. Check out our AWOKH fashion photos. Thank you for joining the room, everyone. We're doing mesh. Everyone knows how we do our mesh pumpkin. Now this Sunday it's not really gonna be not a messy mesh. Little bit of a three. That's our butter is. And the other butter is between our rice to this side because we're gonna do our broccoli. So it must stay more warm. Because when the food are ready, everyone, and then we are all ready, let's add some a little bit of water quickly to salt and add water, please. And today I actually just don't want to do a lot because I just want to relax. And I just don't want to do much. Today is very nice and cold outside, so it's actually weather only for. Thank you for joining. Hi. Everyone say where all of y'all are at. Thank you. Please like, yes. Thank you for those likes. Say what country everyone is from. If that's nice. That's good. Say if y'all are billionaires. That's right. My nails are pretty. Thank you, YouTube official. I haven't done my nails. Thank you. Oh, you are in New Zealand, YouTube official? Okay, that's good. I'm also in New Zealand, right? I'm in Auckland. Please like if anyone else have joined the room so that we can see how many people are in the room. Thank you for joining. Let's quickly sing those lovely veggies for a lovely veggie platter. Let's add our lettuce. And then we prepare quickly our onion and cucumbers of water. Another thing, thank you for joining. Please like. Another thing, everyone can say what businesses they are from. Petty Labao, that is not lovely music initiative. Oh, Tina Marie. Do you say Tina Marie? Oh, lovely, the fourth dog. Okay, Robert and Rick James. Lovely, so that's all your type of musicians. Lovely, the Whispers. Oh, lovely. No, I only know one of the Whispers songs, Careless Whisper. Lovely. Oh, lovely, everyone. Thank you. Wow, we are. Yeah, you've got the lovely style for music there. Favorite would probably only person I know in the day. I've heard about the Whispers. They probably sing Careless Whisper. Another thing, oh, before the onion is not gonna do that thing to my eyes. Oh, thank you for joining the room there. Someone else is also joining the room there. Please like everyone, please like. Another thing that I've learned, oh, the Whispers. Is the Whispers maybe just take to sprinkle? It's probably Careless Whisper. So normally, oh, ouch. So normally, basically, our Patti LaBelle, I've heard about Patti LaBelle, yes. Who else have I heard about? Gladys Knight, lovely music. The Jays, the Whispers, the Spinners, I have probably seen on YouTube. The Four Tops, haven't heard. Smokey Robinson, yes. James Brown, his name only sounds familiar. Tina Marie, Rick James, name only sounds familiar. Lovely, Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight. Those are your two Rabia Elise type of music what? Inspirators that I have listened to, yes, musicians. And not have listened to have been introduced in my ears. It's one thing to have listened to certain people's music, it's another thing if you have really listened to and if you have really been introduced to the music. And thank you to the people that shut those Patti LaBelle music through some every now and then on my YouTube. Otherwise, how would we have been introduced to people if the music weren't submitted to YouTube? So we're talking about actually fashion. We're talking actually today about the fashion industry, about an AWOKH business. We're talking about the entertainment initiatives. We're talking about arts, yes, and culture. We're talking about the hairdressers. We're talking about how do you contact a Rabia Elise's business in the international world of business. We're now not talking about the business owner that doesn't really know Rabia Elise process in the international world of business. We're directly talking to people who has been for years, thank you, like a Patti LaBelle, who has for years been introduced to the fashion business, being introduced to the hairdressers, being introduced to the entertainment industry, who has for years walked the journey, who has for years walked the journey with giving recognition to business owners, right? It's one thing if you have walked this journey and you're now introduced in the year 2024 to Rabia Elise, the person. And Rabia Elise now finds herself in the same industry that half of the world finds themselves in. Half of the world are waiting to look at Rabia Elise's business in a store and for Rabia Elise to go and knock on the government's door when the process has called everyone. Thank you. Good morning when the process have called everyone to social media. Why has the process called us all to social media? So that we can educate the process in a way that is fair and in a way that is fine for the international world. Does everyone now want to look at photos of Rabia and Lisa store before they now engage with Rabia and before Bill Gates become Bill Gates in the store? Not necessarily. We do give recognition to the store, having to pay rent, having to pay the premises, but we do not disregard Rabia, so we cannot in every part of our seasons make Bill Gates the billionaire in every communication, right? And that's where our cooking is activity by that process. If you have a patience for it, let me know what I'm saying. Good for you, then listening. Give your opinion, we're gonna create it. Take over to that, lovely. We're gonna put our popcorn at plate number 1. Yeah, we live in a world where we all want to know about rates about everyone's businesses, about every process. And Rabia, Elise, are now introducing my process, and now someone else is now running around my process that now realizes, that this Rabia now doesn't know a lot about the process, and someone I really want to be the Bill Gates in my communication. And when someone wants to be the Bill Gates in my communication, thank you for pressing a like today. When someone wants to be the Bill Gates in my business, in my international communications, in Rabia Elise in the office of the international world. And everyone has educated themselves for years to run and to receive the communication for Rabia Elise's business, right? Then Rabia Elise have a requirement and I've educated her. Then I have a requirement to acknowledge myself. I have a requirement to acknowledge my business itself. I have a requirement to acknowledge my career history in human resources self. And I have a requirement to then give recognition to myself in such a business and in such a journey. So for all of those bloggers and talkers and bloggers and walkers that has educated themselves to run after Rabia Elise's business so that they can be better. And then Rabia Elise says, but my business is now a little bit different because my business is now not a blogging page and that people now run to earn the money. And if your page look like the best, how did they say yesterday on television? If your page is now looking like the best, then you know exactly the horse winning that race. And then I educate and I say, but everyone, nobody but New Orleansville Primary School, New Orleans Secondary School, Boland College, South Africa. My career history was a journey, and the journey is a where's everyone if I'm there? I'm now not on a page to be a vlogger and a blogger. I'm on a page where this was the journey. I'm sharing the information. Social media was invented for such a way and invented like a scientific experiment in the universe. And the journey has included my birth, and when the invention now was now really being made visible, and then this is now Rabia, the person, such was the journey, and the recognition is now really now that I acknowledge myself in the journey of my career history and of my birth itself. And under such recognitions, you sometimes have to shout loud, and you sometimes have to say it the way that you say it. Because we live in a world, if you do not educate the world, then someone runs off with about businesses, whole communication. And then it's sometimes fine for people to run off with the communication. It's sometimes fine for Bill Gates to be the billionaire. Not all the time. Now I'm gonna put some lovely button on the top of my lovely lamp. these lovely butternut pieces is now really going to go on top of that lovely lamb. Thank you for joining. Anyone has any questions on everything, on anything? Feel free to order. Good morning. Feel free to order my AWOKH magazine, everyone. Support us if you financially can support. Then I would appreciate that, everyone. Because if my mama Anna Philander says it wrong, then someone else probably would say it right. Is that good? Everyone. Yeah. If my mama Anna Philander say it wrong, then Malvina Latchigan Abrams would probably say it better than my mama Anna Philander. Yeah, I is a business. Well, we say it better than a business. The things that Instagram owners are busy with. If the don't say it right, my business is not about if I say it right. My business is my career, it's my journey, it's everything me, no one else can educate it. And if I find a piece of it somewhere else, and some people haven't listened to me yet, then it's now not going to be a fine day. Why? Because no one else can educate Baby Rabia Elisa's journey. Lovely. No one else can educate my journey. If I find the bold gates around my educations, everyone doing this so lovely. It's a piece of chicken. Where are we eating this piece of chicken? Chicken with lamb. That's about clean. Here's some of that. And then I quickly added that for someone who wants to have chicken. I'm not eating this much. Winter soups. Are we gonna make a winter soup? Tray with a lamb chop. Lovely lamb chop. Take this away. Okay. While our broccoli is now steaming, the pumpkin is now quickly oh, everyone, thank you. Okay, those are the chicken peas. Oh, it's looking lovely. Where's the spices? You're gonna love our pot today. And baby got this down inside. Pardon. That's our pot today. That's a lovely lamb chop. We gotta do that with a lovely butternut so that we can get that lovely juicy flavors in there. And I love everything about that pot. Wow, broccoli steaming, everyone. Let's quickly get some more juice in this lovely pot. Your pumpkin looks lovely. You see what oil is doing? We're gonna prepare the pumpkin plate number one. Oh, it is lovely, but oil goes very, 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 oh, it is not so kind, there's only butter in the pumpkin. Let's put it on the number one further. That's lovely. Here's some rocks. We're gonna do you can again the broccoli further. What if you want to do with the rice? In the rice, thank you. What do I say? Let's refresh our photo before we gonna conclude our stuff so that I can now really put my attention to everything. In our rice, I've really got some grated potato. I really got some chopped onion. I'm really gonna put some garam masala in there. I'm gonna put bay leaves in there and we're gonna steam warm it with a little dash of that bay leaf of the garam masala. And we only want those lovely smoky flavors in that rice. What is happening in my pumpkin? There's really not only pumpkin in there, and we're not really gonna wait for that pumpkin to get lovely thing in that pot while our broccoli steams soft. And while we're gonna share that love just now with everyone. Oh, I don't know how even when not those colors, I don't like those colors. I love a different type of color. Kitchen cross. I don't know why kitchen cross. Everyone now we're gonna do the lovely trace violet in our rice today. Right, our rice is lovely, it's cooked soft. Oh, it smells nice. Thank you for joining the room. Please like in the video. And share your thoughts and buy our AWOKH magazine. Oh, it smells lovely. We add some lovely baby. Oh, everyone, I want to be careful actually. If I've done this, why do we cook so lovely tonight? So you can have Monday for Monday. Because it's cold and everyone eat the whole thing. And then you will lovely all. Now we're gonna take a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. We're gonna add it into the with the all-purpose seasoning, something hot. And then we're gonna have a packet of roast to work today. But it's not aromatic, it's all-purpose seasoning. Later, we warm the rice, and if everyone is hungry, they can come and have some warm rice. I can add some butter to that. The family is waiting for Sunday, they can already come and have some warm rice. Now another thing is now broccoli can nicely the side. Lovely everyone. We have a taste of our rice cooking.
Self-healing targets. That's space practice.
The word that you just want to warm your just red roast sauce. Let's pick it up sauce with a lovely lamb chop. That tastes good.
That's unusual distance.
Another thing is about all of our flavors today. We're gonna do then we have warm soft broccoli and cauliflower. Oh, my potatoes. Now we're gonna turn to the lamb again. In the lamb, I'm now gonna add my potatoes. Thank you for joining everyone. Please like. Yeah, what else did we want to talk about today in today's video? We've now really said a lot. Yeah, the one thing that we're now going to continue to say the whole day is about magazine purchases, about magazine purchases, about magazine purchases. To support my business initiative, for all my YouTubers, order my AWOKH magazine. Yeah, that is about it for the AWOKH magazine. Yes, email me. Email me. Thank you for joining. Hello, Al Montana. That's right. LA. That's right. Order my AWOKH magazine. Support my initiatives. Buy from my business. So that every other business in the international world can also be supported and also can find its space. I'm from South Africa. I'm South African birth. Thank you. Please like there. Thank you for the other supporter there. Are we rugby supporters? No. So we're not gonna chase one another in Rabia Elise's YouTube room like rugby supporters. We support Rabia the person. So we acknowledge me, Rabia Elise the person. I'm from South Africa. And when we support and we cheer on one another on social media, we cheer on in a way that is fine, right? Y'all can visit my Instagram page, AWOKH, AWOKH underscore. That's on Instagram, right? I have my Instagram business page also. AWOKH is the fashion page. The business page standing next to that is my personal name, Rabia Elise, Ribeah. That's the Instagram page that we can also then support. Let's quickly check out. Lovely land. And while we support businesses, and while we cheer, why am I doing my business? Because I've really worked hard. I'm 40 years old, but I have worked. These 40 years have been having the opportunity to now not sit and say that I have now not been enrolled. These 40 years that I have worked, all my years, all my energy, all my appearances in every office was recognition to the businesses that are having to be structured in an international world of business. And that's where I'm at with owning my own work business, because by now I have the right in businesses who have to acknowledge me, upholding their right hand to be Elise. So the people who have been introduced to me, they exactly know me in South Africa, and they know that Rabia Elise have the right to be acknowledged in her business, because her journey is complete and her business is now the restructuring of businesses moving forward in our generation, right? Moving forward in our time. So we don't have to say that the whole time, and we don't have to say it a lot, and we don't have to shout it to the whole world the whole time. But we have to learn that Bill Gates can be Bill Gates, and half the world can be in poverty. And businesses is a requirement process amongst humanity, and the vote business has had its journey, and its journey now are acknowledging the business itself in its season. And I really have to educate business officers there. So there's a lovely man, everyone. There's a lovely potato. And for the amount of times that this will be a cannabis filter, for the amount of little potatoes get this short, for the amount of times that this will be a have to say all of that the whole time. Then we, as a generation, we have to listen. We are listening, yes, thank you. We are listening. When we have to listen, then we're not the whole time. Then we're not the whole time gonna have to explain our journey to everyone. When businesses and Bill Gates listens, then Bill Gates educate the international world of business that are young. What does he educate? This about business, have you all made contact with Rabia yet? This Rabia is the person, have you all been in contact with Rabia yet? Well, Gates himself in his own businesses, if he's in fashion, if he's in hairdressing, if he's got businesses in the fashion world, then he has got a requirement to ask every international business that he's the billionaire of. Before he received the funds of those businesses, have you all been contacting Rabia Elise yet? It's one question that a billionaire in the international world has to ask everyone the whole time. Not ask like an earthquake, ask as in, have you all been introduced to Rabia Elise, the person? If I'm a Bill Gates, if I'm a billionaire, I would exactly educate the whole time. I will educate right the whole time. Baseball. now we're gonna have one of the best warm. Oh, my mobile phone is now really concluding. One of the best warm caramel drinks. Yeah, a good caramel drink that we're gonna have just now. And then we can continue on the day and we can flatten our hair a little bit more. Our hair was very nice today. The steam is now really steamed. It was very lovely for our photos today, everyone. Support our photos there, send a cheer there. Support our photo initiatives and send a cheer to our photo Saturdays, fashion book Saturdays. We're gonna do black and white Saturdays. I really don't know what I'm gonna wear on black and white Saturday. Yeah. Black and white Saturday, black and white Sunday. Or black and white, yeah, black and white Saturday, black and white Sunday. Then everyone, then we're gonna, that's now our winter season. Then after that we will do the green. When we're done with our black and white Saturday, I might do the pink shirt again, only to conclude with the black and white Saturday. If we had a yellow shirt, I would select the pink shirt that we have on an AWOKH Fashion South Seasons, those South Edition 2 videos. The shirt that I had on with yesterday's photos. If I have a yellow shirt in that, then I would do that. But if I don't have the yellow shirt in that, then we're going to conclude again with the pink shirt. We're going to conclude the winter season in the month of August with the pink shirt and then again. After all our black and white years. What is included in our black and white Saturdays? Our black and white and yellow pins. That's just like we did it in the office. We're just going to do it in a little more different shoe type of a fashion introduction way because it's a Saturday. Black and white with the yellow pins, and we're going to do black and white with our light pink pins, right? Everyone knows the light pink pins, so I'm going to do the black and white striped shirt with the pink, light pink pins. That's going to probably be our first introduction this coming Saturday. The Sunday, we're going to do the black and white dress, so that is the white with the black stripe. We don't do it with the blazer, we're just going to do that upright color. The next Saturday we're gonna do the yellow pins with a black and white shirt with a polka dot. And the Sunday we're gonna do a softer black and white dress. Also a harsh long dress, but a softer. It's now not gonna be the bold black and white. I might share pink in between that, 3 motivational photos of the pink shirt in between the Saturdays, in between next Saturday's photos, so that the black and white dress doesn't look so oddly colored in between the harsh black and white, right? So we get the harsh black and white, that is very black and white, that stands very next to the pink shirt. Then we get the black and white of the long black and white dress that is not so harsh and that really stands now in the color of black and white in a more softer color, right? Softer season. And that is it, everyone. Lovely. Let's conclude the video. Check out our website for all of those cooking photos. Have an amazing fashion Sunday. Follow our pages, yes, Instagram pages, YouTube pages, our YouTube videos, our Saturday motivational videos on YouTube, and our Saturdays and our Sundays and our fashion and our business initiatives and our business opinion and our business ideas, our representations, our every appearing requirement. That is where we are at with this edition of AWOKH Cooking Sunday Winter Season. Have an amazing fashion book with me.